How cultural factors affect learning. Cultural factors play a significant role in shaping how individuals learn, influencing not only the cognitive processes involved in acquiring knowledge but also the social dynamics of learning environments. Culture encompasses a wide range of aspects, including language, values, beliefs, traditions, family structures, and societal norms. These factors affect how students interact with the content they learn, their motivation to learn, and the ways in which they engage with their peers and teachers. Understanding the impact of cultural factors on learning is essential for educators, as it allows them to create more inclusive, responsive, and effective learning environments. Language and communication style. One of the most immediate cultural influences on learning is language. Language is not only the primary tool for communication, but also shapes cognitive processes such as thinking and problem-solving. For instance, students who speak a different language or dialect at home may face challenges in understanding the language of instruction in the classroom. This language barrier can affect their ability to grasp complex concepts, participate in discussions, or complete assignments that rely heavily on language skills. Moreover, the way language is used in communication also varies across cultures. In some cultures, direct communication is valued, while in others, indirect or nonverbal communication is preferred. In a classroom setting, these differences can influence how students express themselves, how they interpret instructions, and how they engage in discussions or group work. For example, a student from a culture that values silence as a sign of respect may struggle in classrooms that encourage open dialogue and active participation. Teachers must be aware of these differences and adjust their teaching methods to ensure that all students feel comfortable and understood. Cultural beliefs and value. Cultural beliefs and values shape how students approach learning and their attitudes toward education. In some cultures, education is highly valued as a means of social mobility and personal success, while in others, the emphasis may be placed on practical skills or community involvement rather than academic achievement. These beliefs influence students' motivation, their perception of the purpose of education, and their willingness to engage in learning. For example, students from collectivist cultures, where group harmony and collaboration are prioritized, may excel in cooperative learning environments but find competitive, individualistic settings challenging. Conversely, students from individualistic cultures may be more comfortable with self-directed learning and independent projects. Understanding these cultural tendencies allows educators to adapt their teaching strategies to better align with the values and expectations of diverse learners. In addition, some cultures may have specific attitudes toward authority figures, such as teachers. In cultures with high power distance, students may view teachers as authority figures whose knowledge is unquestionable. In contrast, students from cultures with low power distance may expect a more egalitarian relationship with teachers and may feel more comfortable questioning or debating the material. Educators who are aware of these cultural dynamics can foster an environment where students feel respected and comfortable expressing their thoughts, regardless of their cultural background. Family and socio-economic factor. Cultural factors also include family structures and socio-economic conditions, which can significantly influence a student's learning experience. In many cultures, family plays a central role in supporting education, whether through direct involvement in academic activities or through instilling a strong work ethic and value for schooling. However, students from culturally diverse backgrounds may experience varying levels of familial involvement due to differences in social norms, work demands, or access to resources. For example, some families may have a strong tradition of educational involvement, with parents actively helping with homework and attending school events. Other families, particularly those from lower socioeconomic backgrounds, may face barriers to involvement due to factors such as long working hours, lack of education, or limited access to resources like books and the Internet. Additionally, students from immigrant families may face challenges related to adjusting to a new educational system, navigating language barriers, and balancing cultural expectations with the demands of their new environment. These factors can affect a student's academic performance, social integration, and overall well-being in school. Cultural diversity in the classroom. In a culturally diverse classroom, students bring different perspectives, learning styles, and approaches to problem solving. For instance, students from different cultural backgrounds may approach tasks with varying degrees of creativity, collaboration, or formality. In some cultures, students are expected to learn through observation and imitation, while in others, active inquiry and critical thinking are emphasized. These differences can create both challenges and opportunities for educators. On one hand, students may struggle to understand each other's ways of learning or may face difficulties in communicating across cultural divides. On the other hand, a diverse classroom offers the opportunity for rich cross-cultural learning, where students can share their unique perspectives and learn from one another. Teachers who embrace cultural diversity can encourage collaborative learning, problem-solving, and the exploration of multiple viewpoints, enriching the educational experience for all students. Impact of cultural stereotypes and bias. Cultural stereotypes and biases can also affect learning, both for students and teachers. When teachers hold preconceived notions about certain cultural groups, they may unintentionally treat students unfairly or set lower expectations for them. For example, teachers may assume that students from certain backgrounds are less capable of academic success or may rely on culturally biased assessments that do not accurately reflect the abilities of students from diverse cultural groups. These biases can create barriers to learning and contribute to disparities in academic outcomes. To combat these issues, educators must be committed to recognizing and addressing their own biases, as well as creating a classroom environment that values diversity and fosters inclusivity. Culturally responsive teaching strategies, such as incorporating diverse perspectives into the curriculum, using culturally relevant materials, and differentiating instruction to meet the needs of all students, can help mitigate the negative effects of bias and ensure that all students have an equal opportunity to succeed. Conclusion. Cultural factors have a profound impact on learning, influencing how students approach education, engage with their peers, and interact with teachers. Language, communication styles, cultural values, family structures, and socio-economic factors all play a role in shaping the learning experience. In a culturally diverse classroom, understanding these factors is essential for creating an inclusive environment where all students feel respected and supported. By recognizing and addressing the cultural factors that affect learning, educators can adapt their teaching strategies to meet the diverse needs of their students.